I'm Colin Kennedy. I'm doing my Humans of Malvern Prep project, and today I'm joined with sophomore Cormac Rooney. For our first question, I'm just going to ask, how long have you been at Malvern?
I'm coming to the close of my second year. I came here freshman year.
Nice, same. Did you know you were going to row, as soon as you got here?
Coming in, I knew I kind of wanted to try rowing, but I was maybe thought I'd dabble in other sports like basketball or something like that. But once I started rowing and saw the commitment and saw what it was, I guess I didn't really have the time for other sports. Rowing takes up 6 out of 7 of your days, and I don't really have time for anything else.
Yeah, I know how the rowing schedule is. What led you to Malvern Prep?
Mostly it's probably my brother. I was originally planning on going to the prep, but then
Ew.
I know. I would have been one of those kids. But I came here, I shadowed. I really like the campus a lot more than the prep because I like the fact that you could walk outside in between classes to your multiple different buildings, whereas the prep you have your 1 to 2 buildings which are all connected as it is in the city. But it's really the prep, and then also Mr. Schiller, he kind of guided me in because he really was a big proponent in my brother coming here, so I guess I talked to him a lot through the swim meets and going on the different swim trips because of my brother, so I got to know a lot about the school through him and through a lot of different, mostly through the swim team.
Yeah. For our next question, I'm going to ask what made you become a rower?
My mom rowed in college at St. Joe's, so I guess I was kind of intrigued by the sports. It was something most schools don't offer, middle schools don't really have the ability to offer it, as it's it's a hard sport. It's also a pretty pricey sport, so most middle schools, at least the parochial ones where I went, don't have the funds to be able to support it. But I also kind of look to the future with the opportunities of it. If I stuck with it and kind of worked towards it to get good at it, it would open up easier pathways in a sense to the colleges I wanted to look at and kind of help diversify. Because rowing is kind of such a niche sport in a similar way to squash is. It's got such a small knit pocket of schools which support it, so a lot of schools try to get at you to go to college for it.
Yeah, it's definitely super niche, but the opportunities you can get from it are really good. Where'd you want to go to college if you rowed?
I'm kind of starting to look at different colleges. I'm looking at UPenn, Georgetown. I'll probably talk to Drexel, maybe University of Washington, just some of the more well-known school rowing colleges.
Yeah.
I think I have what it takes to get out to those schools.
Yeah.
It'll really depend on location and whether or not I like the school a lot. So.
Word. What do you love most about the sport?
Definitely the team and the atmosphere it's built around. The rowing sport itself is really not fun, but the team is what makes it fun. Going out with those same guys every day in different boats or just hanging around the trailer waiting for races to go. You want to be able to trust them, and you can with every on your way up to the starting line, you're with these guys, so they're with you till the end of the line. This year in the varsity quad, I didn't think we'd do well. I personally didn't really think, but after going out, practicing, finding the lineup which worked the best, me and 3 other guys qualified for Youth Nats in Florida this past weekend, which is something I didn't think we'd be able to do. So
that's awesome. What has been your greatest challenge as a rower?
Definitely the mindset of it, especially the erg, really. The erg is probably the worst part of the sport possible because it's so demoralizing just getting on that thing and just doing the same thing for an hour and a half straight for 3 months out of the year. And then especially like doing hard tests on it, like 2Ks and 6Ks. Really, it kind of puts a taint on your whole day when you know you have them coming up if you don't feel prepared for them. But otherwise, like if you feel prepared for them, you're like ready to go. Like nothing can stop you.
Yeah, for sure. On the other hand, what's been your greatest reward?
Greatest reward, I'd probably say the rapid change in like coming into Malvern. I was kind of like unathletic in a sense for like middle school. Like middle school wise, I was decently athletic, but coming into high school, I was unathletic in terms. So like rowing kind of quickly shaped that around. I like never used to be able to run, but like I can do 6-mile runs pretty easily now. I'm probably in the best shape of my life I have been right now. I'm lifting the most I've ever done, and I'm still like improving. So that plus also just like the ability of like truly being on a team that's close knitted with like these guys. Like they're my teammates, but they're also my really good friends. Like at night I'll hop on like COD or Xbox with them for like, and we'll just play till like 1 a.m. over the summer sometimes. It's not like we're a team but we don't hang out outside of school. I sit with the team every day at lunch. Like we're more than a team, we're just brothers at this point, and that's like something that Malvern like really hopes to like get at this.
Yeah. What's your favorite Malvern memory?
It's one Colin Kennedy partook in last year as well. It was during my novice year, during spring break of 2021, I'd say. Yeah. We got lunch from Wawa and we got a giant tub of mayonnaise. And there were a couple of train tracks nearby the boathouse. So us being the dumb freshman, sophomore, and one junior we then put the mayonnaise on the train tracks. We got some practice in, then we went on a run, and we saw the mayonnaise got exploded. Yeah, that was fun until we had to do the punishment 2K because of it, and I don't really know why, since it's putting mayonnaise on train tracks.
Hey man, we did that 2K though.
We did that 2K, and that 2K I broke 7 on, so.
Oh yeah.
It was a good day.
Very nice.
It was a good day.
What's your greatest accomplishment in rowing?
Greatest accomplishment in rowing? I'll probably have to go back to varsity quad qualifying for youth nets. Like I'm only in my I haven't even finished my second year of rowing, so like I actually have 2. So obviously the quad qualifying, I didn't really have hopes for this year, thinking like we'll be all right. We won't be great, but like we went out there, we just did stuff. Pretty much all the boats are doing well. The quad qualified, which is great. I was a part of that quad, which is nice. And then the second one goes back to the fall. The fall, it was kind of hard. There was the big storm in the fall, so a fair amount of boats got damaged, so we had to use what we had to work with. So we went out, we did it, and then the night before the head of the school race, I was told I was rowing the first varsity single. Now me, having never really raced a single or rowed a junior racer that much, I was a little nervous because I honestly don't really like to flip in the boats. But I went out, I got the practice in. I love rowing singles now. They're probably my favorite boat to row in. I went out as a varsity member and a sophomore. Started first overall, and then I finished in the top 10, I'm pretty sure, of varsity guys with a lot of juniors and seniors in that event. So
yeah, that's awesome, dude.
Yeah.
One more question. I know your brother Patrick is a Cowboys fan. You got any comments about that?
I mean, I don't really follow football that much, but when I do, I generally root for the Eagles. So I'll leave you with this: Go Birds.
Amen. Ladies and gentlemen, Cormac Rooney.